everyone, it's Kathy Zilski for Simon Says Stamp, and today I'm excited to share with you the latest STAMPtember collaboration. And today we're featuring Mama Elephant. Here's a look at the Mama Elephant collaboration for STAMPtember, and this stamp set is called Cappy Holidays. And yes, we have cute little capybaras for the set and little cheeky plays on the word capybara, wishing you a Christmas full of capybara cuteness, wishing you a capybarably cozy holiday, and sending you Christmas wishes wrapped in capybara coziness. Oh, they're adorable. They're Mama Elephant. Let's get started with stamping. I'm going to use some Neenah Classic Crest Solar White in the 80 pound today because I am going to be fussy cutting, and sometimes it's a little easier to cut the lighter weight paper. There are coordinating dies available while supplies last, so if fussy cutting is not your thing, you might check out those before they are gone. So let me get my stamps all in place. I'm going to stamp most of these out because I'm not 100% sure yet what I am going to do for my design. So a lot of times when I get a stamp set like this, I like to cut out as many of the little critters as possible so that I can play around with different ideas for a design. I'm going to prime these up really quickly because they're brand new and I just want to get the coating off the stamps. Of course, photopolymer stamps stamp better and better the more you use them. They just need a little light conditioning first. I'm going to be stamping with Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink, which is Copic marker and alcohol marker friendly. And I am going to be coloring these today with alcohol markers. I'll bring this down and transfer using my MISTI. I'll also bring in my little pressure tool that just helps me to get nice even pressure across the surface of the MISTI. Oh my gosh, those look so good. All right, gonna stamp again, which is one of the reasons I love this tool. This down and press. Those look great. I'm going to cut all of these out off camera using my little Simon Says Stamp scissors just to save some time, and then I'm going to pick some colors and start coloring. While I was cutting, I had these few cut out and an idea came to me, and sometimes that happens when I'm creating. I'm going to set these aside for now and I'm going to try something before I color to see if this will work. I am going to take a cappuccino ink cube from the Simon Says Stamp Pawsitively Saturated Ink Collection, and I just want to go kind of square here. I want to make sort of a wood grainy frame. Now it looks like a hot mess right now, but I promise you, I think you'll see, or we'll all see at the same time, how this can look once it's cut. So let me just keep kind of swiping over here and maybe making a few darker pressure points here, like that. Now that's a hot mess, but wait until you see the idea. I want to make my own little door frame, and so I think what I'm going to do is line these up perfectly, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine to create a little door frame. Then I'm also going to cut out another larger frame here for more of the door, and this will show a little more of that stripy striation. All right, I'll go ahead and cut that out. Because I am envisioning a front door scene, I'm going to put a little of the Simon Says Stamp Lightweight Clear Acetate behind this little friend because I just want this to seem like it is a glass front storm door. I'm just going to use little teeny tiny dots of glue. I don't want it to ooze, so I'm making sure that they are very small. And I'll just drop this right on top. I just cut the acetate to be a little smaller than that panel, and I'll just let that sit and let the glue adhere. I am going to go ahead and grab some markers and color these images. I'll speed it up and just talk you through the simple choices that I'm making for color. I'm also going to use a little Simon Posit note because it's nice for holding while you are coloring, and then you can move around your little die cuts. All right, let's get started. Starting out here with a few of my R markers, and I'm going to keep my coloring very simple, which I usually do, but one thing you may notice when I'm coloring is I have replaced most of my chisel nibs on my markers with extra fine, actually they're called sketch fine nibs. And the nice thing for me is they're a firmer tip and they kind of help you get in smaller places more easily. And for me, I don't stay in the lines that well to begin with. For example, here on the wreath, I don't have one of those nibs on this pen, and so the brush is much harder for me to work with. That's just me. I know some people use the brushes like a pro, but you know, I just color for fun. I don't color necessarily to win dramatic awards. You know, I'm trying to just make little critters. But I did Google capybara cartoon because I wasn't really sure what do they look like. I know they're brown. I do know they're members of the rodent family. I've been a fan of capybaras actually since I was, oh my gosh, a kid. And I don't know if it's because I lived overseas and I think I've seen capybaras before. I could be wrong, but I digress. We're just coloring his face in brown. And again, very simple coloring, right? Not gonna do anything too wild. I try to add a little shading where I can, but I keep it simple. For the packages, I wanted to go in a rainbow order, and I started out by making the first package orange, and it was very monochromatic to me, and I thought, I don't really love this, but I'm gonna keep going. Then I knew I was gonna move into yellow following rainbow order, but I decided to try to make it more two-toned, and then brought the orange in to carry that over. Then I went into the greens and again did yellow for the ribbon. To finish off, I brought the red back because I thought that would look better. So this is what I have for now. I'm going to add some details to this in a second. However, I thought I would take one of the smallest circle dies that I have and see if I can at least just cut out a little bit of the center. Like pop that right in here just to get a little opening so that it will show through in my door. I'll go ahead and cut that out. So here's a look at an arrangement, and there's still a few things that have to happen. And what I want to do is take my outer door, and maybe I'll just, well, I can do this right on my mat. I'm just going to take a little darker ink. I'm going to tap quite a bit of it off because I just want to do a little sweeping on this outer door to kind of give it a little bit of a different look, a little darker, just a little sweep like that. I'm going to add a little more to the outside of this one too. I think this is really cute. Oh, I guess it could be zoomed out a little more. Okay, let's see. There we go. All right. And again, just a little sweep in. And we protected our acetate, so now we have a little more aging on that door. Okay, cleaning up and moving on. I went ahead and stamped the tree and capybaras and the gifts in some brown ink just to have it in the background. I thought that would look really cute as part of my scene, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that out off camera. I'm just going to add here some little dots to my ribbons. Just for a little detail, and then on this one I'll do them on the box. And we're going to do the same thing here on our wreath to make our wreath look like it has a little snow. And if I was getting really fancy, I could add just a little line there to the bow. That maybe a light line. Okay. All right. So let those dry because they're going to be behind the glass, and I still need to do the greeting, so this is a little involved, but let's assemble the card. It is time for the assembly. Now I have some foam tape on the back here, and I will release these backers first on the outer door. You know, this is kind of like I was assembling a shaker, but I'm not, I'm not doing a shaker. I'm just making an elevated door. Now I'm going to line this up using my Score Buddy, it's just one of my favorite ways to line anything up like this because you can get it so you know it's pretty much right where it needs to be. This is, I cut this, oh gosh, never mind. You know what? We're just dropping it like this. We cut it a little smaller than it needed to be, so yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's the background. The background is going to go straight onto the card, so I'm going to add a little extra glue here because there's some exposed foam, but I want to have a little wiggle room here, so we'll just get some of this on, and this will be nice for adhering. That. Now again, I'm playing a little fast and loose here with the door idea, but let me get a little bit of, well, let me do my greeting first because I need to figure that out. I'm going to stamp "Wishing you a Christmas full of capybara cuteness." I'm going to stamp it and I'm going to emboss it in gold on this brown cardstock. All right, we're going to take our Simon Says Stamp anti-static powder to remove static and oil. I'm going to prime this just a little bit. I'll grab my clear embossing ink, and I need to grab my embossing powder as well. I'll be using the Ultrafine Antique Gold, and let's see how we do here. Ink this up. I don't want to press too hard on this. I just want to get a nice transfer. Bring this down and transfer the ink. Just hold it there for a second. And that looks great. Let's go ahead and add our powder. Pour on the powder, tap, and it will really come alive as soon as we melt the powder. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. Oh, that powder, I tell you what. As soon as this is cool, I'll buff off the extra anti-static powder and I'll go ahead and cut this down so we can use it for the card. Now for the plan. I'm going to have this at the base of my card. So I want to make sure that I place the little guy with the presents, you know, high enough up, right? So that you can see him like that. Now keep in mind, we still have the door, so I have to actually, you know what? Oh, no, he'll be fine. So let's glue him in first. I have thin foam squares on the back, which will give me a nice bit of dimension, a little shadow in there without being too popped up. And because I like that wiggle room, take my liquid glue, put a dab on each little friend. Okay, so you can see them sleeping in the background. Now, what I also thought would be cute, I have these satin gold pearls, and I am going to take these. I picked out the smallest ones that I could find in the pack. Oops, I just sent that flying. I love that these come really small, right? So you can just have these in the background so it looks like we've got some ornaments on our tree. It's just a way to add a little bit extra to the scene, knowing that I am gonna, oh, I unscrewed this, knowing that I'm gonna be covering it up a little bit, boop, with the wreath. Unless I do the wreath on the side, that I don't know. It's fun to create on the fly, right? And that's what I'm doing today. That's why I say, you know, if you get a new set, right? Let's say you manage to score this fun set. Start out by stamping everything and just kind of say, hey, what would look cute in my card? And, well, you're going to find out as you go. All right, let's take the backers off of the door. And also, this is all the same depth of foam tape. This is some tape from Waffle Flower Crafts. This is just going to pop right inside the door because this is the door, right? This is the inside door. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And then our greeting goes right here, all right? Right on top. Okay, let's zoom in just a little. All right, same thing here. I am going to liquid glue it up, and I'll grab my 6-inch T-square just so that I know that I am getting this nice and straight. Although I feel like if I just line this up on the door like this. Now, of course, you wouldn't be able to open this door if you had a greeting in front of it, but you know what? It's card making. We get to do what we want to do. There we go. So there's our little greeting. Little wiggle room with the, oh my goodness, is that so sweet? Now, doorknobs are usually on the right, so I am going to put this, oh no, my doorknob's on the right, or on the left, because yeah, what am I thinking? Okay, doorknob's over here. Put a little dab of glue right here for the doorknob. Stay right there. Okay, and that's the doorknob. Now the question remains, does the wreath go? I mean, we have to suspend a little suspension of disbelief. Oh, wait. I feel like the wreath would go at the top of the door, but we would pretend that it's hanging down just a little bit. All right, I glued it down here, and true story, I sent some pictures to my good friend Jennifer McGuire, who we all know and love. And Jennifer kind of talked to me. She's like, well, does the door open? I'm like, does the door open? Have you met me? But it would have been cute. But no, this is simply a scene. So, wishing you a Christmas full of capybara cuteness. I think this set is so fun. You're going to have so much fun with it. So, be sure to snag it if you love it, because once the Mama Elephant exclusive is out, they will not be coming back in stock. Thanks so much for watching today. If you'd like to become a subscriber to the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel, please consider doing that, and we will see you back here with another card project soon.
Hi there, I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.